What's up, everybody? It's your girl Melissa Renee from dreambella.com, home for the melanin beauty. If you follow me, you have recently saw that I put on my Facebook and my Instagram that I am no longer pursuing a career as a makeup artist. Girl, what career? Like, no, what career? I do want to thank the people that did support me and that booked me. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, because without y'all I wouldn't even have experience doing other people's makeup and having the pleasure to do that. So I want to thank y'all and just tell y'all like thank y'all so much. But it got to the point where I just felt like where I am, the city that I reside in, and if you don't know, I live in North Charleston, South Carolina, which is 10 minutes from Charleston, South Carolina. So you might as well say it's still Charleston, South Carolina. Whatever the case may be, whatever is easy for you to understand and know, that is where I'm from. And I'm originally from Columbia, South Carolina, for those who may not have known. And I moved here to Charleston with my husband in 2009. In 2009, I went to school. I went to the Art Institute for Fashion Retail Management because I wanted to get into fashion, and I really wanted to be a fashion designer. But I started to get into makeup like around 2010. I started to do my own makeup and practice on me and try to do a YouTube at first, and then I started trying to want to pursue doing other people's makeup. And at first it was a love-hate relationship. I loved it, then I hated it, and I loved it, then I hated it, because I just felt like no one took me seriously. And no one like what, and I was just doing a whole lot of self-loathing, y'all. I was self-loathing. I was feeling sorry for myself, and I was not getting up and getting into it. And I was like, you know what, self-loathing, crying about it, it's not going to do anything. So get up, girl, get to work. And so I think around like 2000 and I want to say 15, 16 is when I really became like real serious in the artistry, and I really went hard in promoting, getting little circles to network and all of those things for the purpose of pursuing my makeup career as a makeup artist. I did a lot of things. I did a lot of wrong things, so I can tell y'all right now what to do and what not to do. Wrong things like just to get clientele, just to say I'm getting some type of clientele, because it would be like a hit and miss, and I would get a client here, and it may be like weeks later before I could get a client, or months later before I could get a client. And so I decided to charge, when I first started it, I started off charging like $35, because I was I felt like I was new, I was inexperienced. I wasn't going to charge as much as others who had more years and more experience under their belt. I was just doing that until I gained the confidence and the experience I needed to feel like that I know my worth. But in doing so, as I got better, I still did not live up to the confidence of knowing my worth. So as I got better, like I just wanted to experience, I just wanted to be a makeup artist. Like I just wanted to be a makeup artist. So I would do stuff like charge $15. Don't ever do that, makeup artist. Don't ever. The only way I would say charge $15, $25, like $35 for, well, $25, $15, definitely do not charge. And if you charging that, charge that for like, if you want to do something for the youth, like for maybe young girls going to prom, and some people aren't as fortunate to spend that type of money, and give a market or an outlet for those children or young girls who can't afford that, so that they can be able to afford that. Like, that's understandable, but don't be charging these grown ass men and women no damn $15 for no makeup. Like, period, the end. Don't ever do that, because you are, for one, you undercutting yourself. You're undercutting yourself. So don't do what I did. You are undercutting yourself. And though when I was charging $15, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was getting clientels, but I had to get, like, basically do 3 faces just to get, you know, the price that I originally started with, like $35. That was one wrong thing that I did, and I should have never did. And I should have stuck with my $35 and kept going. And, you know, when I felt like I got to the point where I was better than $35, I should have raised my price and did something better than $35. But that's what I did. And then when I decided, like, okay, well, I've done enough, because to me, I looked at that was like, you know, $15 was kind of like promotion. It was kind of like me advertising my work, you know, and I did it by doing discounted prices. That's what I thought I was doing. So it was enough for people to see my work and to, you know, hire me. It got to the point where, you know, I did get a price. I did stick to my price. You know, I didn't budge. But when it came to buying products, it wasn't really making sense. It was like costing me, and by the time I got the money to, you know, the money for the services, I was spending it on products, and I wasn't keeping anything. Like, it wasn't really gaining a profit from it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just didn't make sense any longer. And I tried, and I did it for, you know, I would say, honestly, I did it for like 3 years, 4 to 3 years. I honestly made a conscious effort, and I really tried, and I really pushed, but I just wasn't getting a lot of clientele from here. Now, I got clientele, and a lot of my clientele were from out of town. Like, I got a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but the people that I got mostly came from out of town. They weren't from here, from Charleston. They were either like new to Charleston, or they were out of town. And, you know, I can't tell you why I couldn't get clientele. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? I can give you what I think, which is maybe I just wasn't good. You know, like, maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I wasn't, you know, skilled. You know, I'm not saying I'm not skilled. Like, I feel like I do good makeup. I feel like I'm skilled, but maybe other people in my city, who reside in the city I am, maybe they feel like it was other people who are more skilled than me and who were better than me, which is fine too. That's not a problem, which would be even more reason why I wouldn't try to continue to market myself in this city if people in this city don't think I do good work. It could be that, you know, I'm not from this city. Like I said, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. So, you know, maybe the fact that I moved here in like 2009, I don't know. I didn't know anybody here. I don't have have any roots here with anybody here. So, you know, I don't have that word of mouth or that mouthpiece that where people can be like, oh, try this person. Oh, you should try Melissa. You should go to Melissa. You should go to Dreambella. You should use Dreambella. You should use Dreambella. Like, maybe I don't have that instrument of having that mouthpiece where I have somebody who can, you know, refer people to me or recommend people to me. You know, I came here, it's just me. And of course, my husband, I just don't have a lot of, you know, people here that really could, you know, yell my name to the rooftop or scream my name or recommend me to a lot of people, because I don't know a lot of people here. So that may be a situation too. I don't know. It could be the fact that it's a lot of undercutting here, meaning that, you know, it could be that no one is really, like, I see it like this. Like, I feel like the city that we live in, Charleston, up and coming, rising, they're making movies here, they're making shows here. It's no reason why it's not people of our color here that can say, like, it's more people, not to say there is none. There are some, I believe, who are full-time makeup artists. That's their living, that's the way they get their money, and that's what they do. But it's a lot of makeup artists here who are not full-time makeup artists. You know what I'm saying? It's like a side job. Like it was said when I was watching the Revolt Summit on Revolt, the guy P from, not P, but Coach K from Quality Control said, I know y'all like, that's music, what? But it does apply. Like, what they said was really, it really was profound for me. And it was like, you know, anything you doing that you can't live off of and you can't make a living off of, it's a hobby. It's a hobby until you make money from it and you can live and make a living off of it. And that's true. All these makeup artists out here who can't be a makeup artist full time, that to me, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy that is so many of us out here, talented makeup artists out here, skilled makeup artists out here, who cannot be a full-time makeup artist out here. Like that, why is that? Here it is a market here. Like, it's a market here. So why is that? You know, and I feel like maybe to an extent it's because, like, with me even charging the $15 and the $35, like, that was in a sense of undercutting because I didn't believe and know my worth. And instead of me being like, hey, like, no, like, I know my work is good enough for you to pay me $50. You know, and if you don't want to pay me $50, cool. Don't pay me $50. I'm not doing your makeup. You know what I'm saying? But if we all came in and stood on our ground and knew our worth, maybe more of us could stand collectively and actually be making an honest living, because you wouldn't have clients saying, oh, well, you charge too much, which I've heard clients come to me and say that, like, oh, well, this girl charged $40. And I guess $40 is like that's the epitome of what to charge, I guess, now for makeup artists. Because I've had clients who've actually been like, okay, I'll pay the money and let me do their makeup. And then, you know, after I do their makeup, they see like, oh, okay, well, I see the difference between how you did my makeup versus the person who did my makeup for $40. And it's not to take no shade off the person who did it for $40, because maybe they're charging $40 because they aren't as experienced and they're just starting and they're trying to gain some experience. I'm not talking about those people. I feel like if you're just starting, you trying to gain experience, gain clientele, definitely charge $40. Like, you charge $40. But I feel like those who are skilled and experienced, because she's charging $40, like, let her charge $40. You stick to your $85 that you've been charging, and don't let her charging $40 scare you into feeling like, oh, well, I gotta go lower because you got a client saying, oh, well, she charged $40, like, you can't charge me $60. No, $60 is not your price. $85 is your price. You know, and if more of us would be like, no, I can't. So you can either pay the $85 and get my look, or you can pay the $40 and get her look. And you gonna get what you pay for. And I do think that when we're so competitive, it's like when you see that person coming up and they're like, oh, they charge a $40. Oh, well, I'm going, you know what I'm saying? It's the competitiveness. And I feel like it's no reason for us to have to compete. It's too many people out here. It's too many people in Charleston. Like, trust me, I promise you, ain't enough makeup artists in Charleston, in surrounding areas of Charleston, it's not enough to feel like we not gonna eat. We all do makeup differently. We all have different skill sets. We all have different techniques, and everybody ain't gonna like the way everybody do makeup. So I know that it's some people who don't like the way I do makeup, you know what I'm saying, or prefer the way someone else does makeup, and I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. So I never try to look at other makeup artists in my city and look at them as competition. It just got to a point where I realized, like, I'm not gonna make it here as a makeup artist. I'm not gonna make it here. And it's not, I don't feel bad about it. You know, it's not something that makes me feel bad about it. I didn't come to the conclusion feeling sour about not doing makeup anymore or being a makeup artist here in Charleston anymore. Like, I don't have no ill will. I don't have no ill feelings. I don't feel bad. I don't feel like, you know, bitter about it. Like, I'm really content and complete, and I honestly feel like a burden is lifted off me, because I just feel like at this point I would just be going just to say I kept going and defeated the odds that were against me. I didn't want to get to the point where it would become, you know, I just altogether wouldn't want to do it. I mean, I think in my mind it'll never get to that point, because I love makeup. Like, I really love doing makeup, but I just didn't know, like, it could have, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to get to that point where I was just like, you know what, fuck this makeup shit. Like, fuck it. It wasn't profitable for me here, and I was losing more money. I'm an at-home mother, a homemaker. I have, you know, 4 kids living with me that me and my husband take care of, and he's the only one who's making money. And the little bit of money that I was making, it was like I wasn't gaining a profit from it. Like, it was going back into my makeup business, but it wasn't producing anything else, you know. So what do I do with a bunch of products that I can't use, that's just sitting here? I can't do nothing with it, you know. I'm competitive, but I'm competitive with myself. Meaning that if I see things that I want to perfect, that I want to do better, then I'm going to set out to make sure that I can be better and do things better than I'm doing. Other than that, I thank y'all for rocking with me. I thank y'all for listening. If y'all got any questions, if I ain't make something clear, definitely comment below. Definitely subscribe to my channel and click that bell. Okay? I ain't gonna tell y'all what that look. It's time for me to go to bed. But anyways, make sure you subscribe to me. I'm just a cool, laid back girl. I ain't all flossy and glossy. I'm a country, old southern Bama. Just your everyday Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A good though. I'm just saying. Thank y'all. It's Melissa Renee with DreamVilla.com, home for the melanin beauty, and I'll check y'all later. Peace.